I gotta do this video on like the most awkwardest position just cause I'm in the kitchen trying to charge my phone. I think this is like the Keurig or something that I put my phone on. Kinda hungry. I don't even know what I'm gonna eat. I probably won't eat till I make this video. I'm kinda tired. Honestly, I might not even use this video. I probably will. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to do a little update video based on the last video, mostly because of the reactions. Well, actually, not mostly because of the reactions, but because of the reactions and because of how I already planned on going about this video, well, that video. Now, like I said in my previous video, I made that video as like a testament to how I felt like in that moment. The point of that video was to show anger and confusion and what happens to me in particular when I'm not gonna say overtaken, but when I'm overwhelmed by these type of emotions. Because a lot of times, even in videos where I've been angry and expressed my anger, I've never really showed it like that. And that was like the peak. So, well, it wasn't the peak because I've been angrier in the past, but that was the peak of my emotions as of late, because it was just so many different things going on. I've had time to think about it, and I'm not ashamed, and I'm not trying to recant any of the statements that I made in the video, because like I said, that was my pure emotion at the time, and that was my way of opening up. Like, I'm not gonna say be vulnerable, because it's not really a vulnerable thing to express your emotions in that way, but it was me opening up, because later on that day I did. And later on that day, and then like at least for the next couple days after that, I was posting videos. Not videos. I was making posts on Instagram about the different feelings that I've been going through since that. I've been doing a lot of thinking about the whole situation surrounding what led up to this. And my biggest takeaway from it was the fact that, well, there's actually three takeaways, and my dad kind of summed it up to me right as I actually started thinking about it. But the main thing for me was the fact that I had to start taking back my life. My biggest frustration that I've had, like I said in my other video, wasn't from the friend that I had to separate myself from. It was the situation that opened my eyes to a lot of things that I've let slide and how I was as a person. And I was very frustrated with my own self because I felt like I allowed so many different things to happen to me. And like that situation, in hindsight, shoot, even in that time, it wasn't the situation itself that made everything so effed up in my mind. It was the realizations that came with it. And a lot of the realization was, this is your fault. Not the person, but me. This is my fault. Because everything that I've done has led up to this moment in time where I felt the betrayal that was coming. And it wasn't necessarily betrayal, but it's just like the everything that came after that has just been a wake up call for me. So it's been like at least a couple months, and I'm still dealing with the after effects of it, because that's just how much it was basically not a culture shock, but it was definitely a shock to my psyche, because it made me look at a lot of things differently, myself mainly. And I remember just feeling so much anger, and I felt like I had to cut like so much out of my life just because of how much I've put up with not being myself, and how much I've allowed being in the vicinity of certain people not being myself. And my biggest struggle has always been loving myself and taking care of myself before I take care of other people. Because I'm not a selfish person. Well, I have been a selfish person, and then when I stopped being selfish, that's when all these things started happening, and I started feeling like I didn't deserve to be selfish. Ultimately, that's not the case. It's just because I wasn't selfish and looking after my own needs that a lot of stuff happened. And it's like there was so much surrounding this particular situation, and then like I have this issue where it's because I'm around a bunch of women. I have this issue where I feel like if you're suffering a lot, I take your side. Like if you're the victim in the situation, I feel like I take your side. And I end up getting more mad about your situation than my own situation, even though we're kind of going through the same thing. I've dealt with this so many different times with so many different females. And I kind of feel like saying females is like wrong in some way, because I remember seeing a whole debate about that. I don't know, it's the first thing that pops in my mind. I'm not sexist, I swear. But I dealt with a lot of women in my life. Come on now. I know the door moved, but focus on me. Alright. I've dealt with so many different women in my life that I should be expecting a lot of the things that come when they do. But with this situation, there was another friend that was involved in a different way than me. And I ended up taking her side. And I realized a lot of the frustration that I had with this particular past friend was surrounding that situation. And then I thought about the fact that, I'm calling this past friend out a lot for a lot of the stuff that I've seen out in the open. But what do I really know about current friend who I'm trying to defend? And I think about that a lot because it's like so much that I don't know. I just feel like, when you get in a situation that forces you to look at everything with a new lens. I've been very suspicious of a lot of things, and just a lot of stuff doesn't add up, or it adds up and it's just like, wow, I didn't expect that from you, even though I really should have. So I've been doing a lot of analyzing when it comes to my relationships with people. And one thing I've noticed is that people annoy me a lot. Like, I try to tolerate people, but my temper is so low at this moment because it's just like I done put up with a lot of stuff from people, and it's like I'm tired of, I'm not gonna say faking it, because it's like I have a tolerance, but I'm tired of tolerating a lot of stuff. And then I noticed quickly that every time I try to do something for people, it comes right back to bite me in the butt, which really lets me know, hey, you've been doing too much for people and you really need to stop. Because it's just like everything that I do now, or everything that somebody else does, I kind of look at and it's like, okay, I either see where this is going, or I know that's a piece of information that I'm going to need to keep in the back of my head when dealing with you, because it reveals a lot. And I just realized a lot about my relationships with people. So I've been isolating myself a little bit more. I haven't really been trying to talk to people as much. And the post that I posted on Instagram and the one I posted on Facebook, a lot of people took as, well, I say a lot of people, just family, really. Because I was depressed. And it hit me. I was watching Into the Spider-Verse, and there was a particular death that happened, and I started thinking about that, and I was like, I can't even consider, like, I love superheroes, and I love the protagonists that are like, I'm not gonna say pure-hearted, but like real good, has a lot going on for themselves. I started thinking I couldn't even be worthy of that, because I can't even end a relationship properly for my own good without being overwhelmed by emotions and possibly hurting somebody. And I started getting depressed. And I've come to that point where I just feel like I kind of burn out of feelings. So I'm just kind of going through life. And it's like I don't even be depressed anymore. It's just like I'm void of certain feelings at the time. And I'm just kind of, hey man, life is life. like it basically, to sum it up, if any of y'all know that Jesus is the One, I Got Depression song, that pretty much sums up how I feel. Like the vibe of that song resonated a lot with me at the time, and I say that seriously to a very unserious song, but it resonated with me. The vibe, it's kind of like, hey, I got depression, but it is what it is. I'm chilling right now. And I mean, I was depressed, and I did a post about. I did a couple posts, just different thoughts. I'll probably post tonight something else that I've been thinking about. But I've just been more expressive with my emotions, because that's one thing I need to work on, is being able to express my emotions in a healthy way without being overwhelmed by them and without like compromising somebody else's feelings as well. It's just, I've been in an interesting place lately. A lot of people that I felt close to, I don't feel close to anymore. A lot of people I realize that I've been wasting my time with. And it's just, I have a clearer vision of the type of person I want to be and where I want my life to go and the things that I want to do. And it's like, regardless of how bad I felt about not being able to properly express my emotions, I still had it clear in my head that I did not want to continue the friendship with this particular person. There's a couple other people that I'm still questioning it about. Some people, honestly, I feel like are just gonna fan out themselves. Somebody else, I feel like there's maybe one more person I might need to cut off. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm just trying to see. Because I understand that there's a lot about this person that I don't know. And I don't really need people that I can't openly talk to in my life. Because it's like, I've been 100%, I've been honest. There's been a lot of times where I kind of dial back my emotions for people. And that ended up putting me in the situations that I've been in that got me to this point where I don't want to be in any more situations. And it's just, I'm tired. I don't hold my tongue unless I feel like there's a time and a place. And right now I just don't feel like there's a time or the place for it. But I'm still holding myself back. But like I said, I'm working on expressing myself more. And I'm working on trusting these gut feelings that I have, and this feeling. Because if there's one thing I know about me, I always know when something's up. I just didn't have a lot of trust in myself. So I'm building that back up. And I'm trying to take better care of myself, because I thought eating like once a day was going to be good to kind of like balance myself out. And honestly, I don't need to do that, because I need to eat. I'm a grown boy. I need to eat a couple different meals a day. It's just the type of stuff that I eat. Like, I realized I spent like $300 on food and Uber in like the past week and a half. Like, I get paid next week, thank God. And I feel like there's gonna be an abundance of money coming my way soon. So I just look at it as, hey, look, you're gonna be living this lifestyle soon anyway, buddy. You getting used to it. You ain't even gotta look at your bank account no more, because you already know you stacking. But I looked at my bank account. My bank account said, hold up now. You ain't there yet. But I see a lot of good things for myself. I just had to start taking my life back. But the three things that my dad and me were talking about was the first thing being, you are in control of your life. And he was telling me that any situation that you've been in up to this point has been your doing. Even if somebody did something to you or did something that affected you, it's because you let it happen, or you let them affect you. He was like, nobody should have control of your emotions or anything like that. And if they do, it's because you gave them the power to do just that. And that was something I was already thinking about, which is why I cut said person off, because I felt like you were one of the last people that I wasn't being my full self around. And that's not necessarily their fault, but it's just like at the time I felt, and still to this day I feel like, look, if this situation is just an example of what could happen in our future relationship, then I don't need to have this relationship right now and just let go of it before it even gets to a point where I look back and say, man, I really wish I would have cut it off sooner. And then I think about it, it's kind of the same thing with this other person I'm looking into. But I mean, I don't feel like, I know everything's going to work out my way anyway, because this is my life. There's one big thing this is like going a little off topic, but there's this thing I've been like trying to get rid of, which is fear. I looked at this post and it was saying like different things that the signs need to get rid of. I think it was like this full moon or retrograde or something. And for Sagittarius it was fear. And fear has been the main thing that's ever held me back from so much. Like, and it be fears that are not even important. Like fear of being alone. I thrive in being to myself. I am the most calm with myself, and I think about so many different things that would push me forward when I'm alone. I don't really benefit a lot from relationships or being around people so much, which is ironic considering I'm at work all the time to be around people I actually like. But at the end of the day, when I've been keeping a lot more to myself, because honestly, I feel so much better in my own space, in my own head. Because honestly, if I'm not going to be able to enjoy my own space, how do I expect other people to enjoy, and why do I keep expecting me to enjoy other people's space? The biggest thing we have to learn in life is that if you can't enjoy your own presence, nobody else will. And you'll never be satisfied looking for enjoyment in life out of other people. That has always been my problem, because of this fear of being alone, this fear of loneliness, this fear of pain, even though I keep thrusting myself into pain. So it's like, how you have a fear of something you willingly getting into, my guy? It's just like so many dumb fears, and I've been letting go of it. Like, I'm not gonna keep letting any living being have put fear in my heart, because there's nothing that anybody can do that I haven't thought about being done, haven't seen being done, or haven't anticipated, because I know the type of world we live in. And honestly, if I focus so much on that, then I'll never truly be happy with my life. You know, I'm young. I'll be 22 this year. I mean, I've seen people die younger than me, older than me. Death isn't even a thing that I'm really worried about. And I feel like I have a fear of being too nonchalant too. Like, that's the only thing that I'm still kind of like, I don't know if I need to be this nonchalant about it. But it's just like, I don't feel, realistically, me being in my most natural state, I don't feel a fear of really anything, because I'm meant for so much more than the circumstances that I'm already in. So whatever is meant to happen will do nothing but benefit me in my life. So I can't see myself being scared. I don't want to see myself being scared. What can another man do to me that I can't do to myself or do to them the same? Everybody has their own abilities and skills and whatnot, but it's like, what makes you so different from me that I would even need to fear you? You have the same physical capabilities as me. There's nothing else you can do to me. Why should I fear you? That's how I look at it. A lot of opportunities I used to be scared of. It's like, why should I fear you? Either I already know how the outcome is going to go, or I can just avoid it because it's not meant for me. It's simple. It's always been that simple, but I never looked at life and just broke it down to this degree the way I should have. And that's been my downfall up until this point. And I fell far enough, so I'm trying to rise back up. But back to the three things I was talking about. The controlling your life. I also realized that meant the same thing for all my other friends. A lot of problems that I've had has been dealing with other people's problems and putting more emotion into their problems than into my own. There's a lot of different times where I could say I almost did something stupid for somebody just to look back and be like, but they're willingly in this situation. Again, all of which being the women in my life. And willingly in different situations that make them complain. And here I am complaining with them and getting so emotionally involved with these situations. And it's not until I almost do something stupid that I think, hey, at the end of the day, this is the situation this person has decided to go into. Like, they might complain, but they're still there at the end of the day. Like, there's nothing they're willingly trying to change. So why should I be investing my time into other people's problems? It's never benefited me. That's another thing I'm thinking about with this friend. Is just so much different stuff going on with that situation. I'm just like, you're willingly participating in this. There's nothing else for me to do for you. I've done too much. That's saying a lot with a lot of things. I've done too much. I can't keep getting more emotionally invested into the situation than you are, because at the end of the day, you're still a part of this situation. This is your life. You are in control of it, and you choose to keep doing this. So I'm gonna choose to stay in my lane like I should have been doing 17 years ago. The second thing my dad said was that women are full of drama. So the more I avoid them, the better I'll be. Or at least the less involved I get with them, the better I'll be. Because he said women are emotional creatures. They're equipped to deal with the emotional core of a situation. They go right into the emotions. They're equipped to handle that. Whereas he feels that us guys are not. I mean, I ain't gonna say a lot of us, because there's stupid niggas out there too. But me personally, I'm more on the logical side. I've tried to deal with the emotional side, and I agree with my dad to a certain extent, because yeah, during there all my friends are women, and during there all the problems I've had I can trace back to being involved in their problems. I love them, but me being more involved in their problems has caused a lot of mental strain on myself, because I try to look into the emotional part and try to understand where they're coming from and try to help them grow emotionally and whatnot, and that just does not benefit me. I'm a logical type of guy at the end of the day. Emotions do not benefit me when they're not reciprocated, when they're not as understood. So I look at things from a mental standpoint, because that's always benefited me. It's what protects me at the end of the day. The last time I tried to deal with emotions, I ended up getting into a cussing match with an ex-friend, when honestly I could have described my situation a lot better. And a lot of the anger was because of a situation about emotions with somebody else. And I didn't realize that at the time, because I was too busy being angry about everything. But like I said, I agree with what my dad said, but I don't feel like I should use that as an excuse, because I'm trying to be a lot more mature. Like I'm a pretty mature guy, being a guy and having not as many experiences as certain people. I have enough mentally where I'm like beyond my years in understanding, but I don't have a lot of physical earthly experiences. But I don't feel like just saying, hey, I can't deal with too many emotions, so I'm not going to, is going to help benefit me in life. It's just, I need to, one, understand my emotions and be able to express them in a healthy light. And two, understand when it's necessary to get emotionally in depth with a woman. And I have not dated any of these women, so there's no point in my life that I should have gotten as emotionally invested in them as I have. Even if I wanted to date any of these women, there's no point where I need to get emotionally involved until there's actually a connection there already. I've been freely giving out emotions. I've been draining myself way too much. I've been so worn down. And you know when it's a mental tired, because I can do a lot of things physically and not really get tired. I mean, I have a decent build. Like, my stamina is kind of trash, but that's just because all these emotions been weighing on me, and I haven't even been feeling like working out and whatnot. But it's just like I can do a lot physically, that just because I've built up that tolerance just from my couple of years of walking a lot, and the back in the day when I used to exercise daily. It's just like stuff like that. I kind of have a basic thing. My metabolism is still decent. If I keep eating the crap that I've been eating so far, it probably won't last that long unless I get back into working out, but that's besides the point. Anyway, I have a basic tolerance for certain things, and just when you get emotions, it just weighs you down. Everything hurts physically, mentally. Your health gets whacked up, and it's just not a good feeling. I've been there way too many times in this past couple months. 2019 has been kicking my butt. Come on now. You not gonna focus? This is what we doing now. This video already about to be long enough. I gotta make it 2 parts. Come on now. Any other time I move and I stop moving, you want to focus, and now you don't want to focus on me. What's going on? Alright. I forgot what I was even talking about. That's another mental thing. But basically, that was the lesson number 2. And I realized, because me and one of my other women friends, me and her, we've gotten into a good type of relationship. It went from us not really talking to now we check up on each other a lot. And I did get more involved in her life than I probably should have. But it's like it's been beneficial. I'm trying to figure out the word for not beneficial. And obviously my brain farted, so I don't remember. But it's been a beneficial relationship, and she's been the only one that's came to me even before I told her about it. She came to me and realized how much these different things have been weighing on me. And her and another one of my friends, it's like 2 friends that I actually talk to on an emotional level, because it's like it's reciprocated. We understand each other to a good degree. Both of them feel like this said friend I should probably let go of because of how much it will weigh down on me. And it's like, I agree. But it's not hard. It's just I'm hard-headed. But it's like they're really the only ones that understood how much I let stuff weigh down on me. One of my friends was saying it's other people's demons that I've been letting seep into my brain and weigh me down even more than it's been weighing down them. And that was like at least a day or 2 before I even talked to my dad about it. So that's interesting. I know that's a relationship that we'll keep up because we just have a good understanding of each other. But it's like a lot of other relationships I don't. It's funny to me though. A lot of other relationships have always benefited off of me not even getting to the emotional part. I don't know much about their life, and that's good enough. We get along based off our personality, and that's all that we really need. We talk a little bit about different things, but it's never gotten to the point that it weighs me down because I don't know a lot about their life. And that's when ignorance is truly bliss, because me being the type of person I've been, being in everybody else's drama, knowing about everybody else's drama, caring so much about other people and their mental well-being over mine, I can't stop looking at my arms. Like, I do push-ups like darn near once a week. I don't even really be lifting nothing like that. I think I've just been losing weight in pretty much everywhere except like right here, because sometimes a nigga be hungry and I just be eating. But like, I just be looking at my arms and I'm like, dang. My friend told me I have a dad bod, which honestly, I can see it. Because once I tone this little stomach up or whatever, I know summer about to be over and all that, so I can't have a hot boy summer, but I mean, hot boy winter, what's up? As you can tell, I've been a lot more chill lately. I'm just chilling right now. But numero tres things, and as soon as I thought about it, I forgot. It's like it was literally just in my head, because it was take control of your life. Women are emotional creatures full of drama. And what was the third one? I forgot. And it's like, I know it's like something. Oh yeah, it was about how people. I don't even think that was the third one. That's probably what would be throwing me off, because I think it was take control of your life. People are motivated by what benefits them, and then the actually no, I think I had it in the right order. I be forgetting, because for me, like, that lesson resonates, but it also, like, I have my own twist on that. Like, the only thing that I fully agreed with that my dad said, not that I disagreed with it per se, it's just the only one I fully took it as 100%, yeah, this is fact, was the you're in control of your life, and everything that's happened to you has been a result of your own actions or lack thereof. The women are emotional creatures thing I agreed with,